Welcome everybody to another episode of Shock and Awe Toy Reviews. Two, sometimes mostly two, idiots, a camera, some toys, some bad reviews. I am Mr. Berg.
I am Wilson.
Today we are reviewing
A Marvel Legends Studio Series first 10 years, the Ant-Man and Yellowjacket 2-pack. As you can see, this is part 8 of the 10 characters or sets or whatever you want to say, but that's all we're going to talk about with the box.
Bam! There you go.
Yep.
So, just what you've always wanted, finally an Ant-Man toy. I've been waiting since 2015.
So this would be our third movie Ant-Man toy now?
Yes.
I think so.
Third Marvel Legends Ant-Man.
But that's movie Ant-Man, right? Then they've also
then
got like
there's
4 other comic
Yes,
Ant-Mans.
comic Ant-Mans, evil Ant-Mans.
Yeah.
We'll talk about him real quick. As far as I can tell, it's the same exact figure you bought in your Marvel Legends Build-A-Wave a couple years ago. He has slightly better paint or slightly different paint, but sculpt-wise, I believe it is the exact same figure.
So from the first movie, not even the latest wave.
Correct, it's the original Ant-Man costume.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't compare them side to side, but it's the same figure as far as I'm concerned. And you get a second Paul Rudd portrait.
He looks very bored.
This is bored Paul Rudd. The other one has giant I'm chewing bubblegum. The likeness is there from some angles. It is not there. His eyes are a little bit too far apart.
But they're straight. They're
They
looking
are
straight
straight.
ahead.
And his hair he's a little too balding, but the paint job is there. I believe it's Hasbro's new 3D printing paint job. It looks really good. The beard, the scruffiness on his chin looks really good.
So explain their new 3D thing as briefly as you can for those who may not know what you're talking about.
They have a new painting technique where they have the computers 3D paint the process somehow. It's a new technology they started doing the last wave of Avengers and just started doing on their new Star Wars figures.
Now, is this the whole body or just portraits?
Just the new portraits.
Oh, interesting.
Which is why your previous old movie figures didn't quite look right.
Right.
But now they look almost perfect. And if you get someone to paint them even better, they look amazing because the sculpt is there. The painting techniques that they're using is some of the best they've ever used. The cap coming out, at least picture-wise, promo pictures, because I don't have him in hand, is the best Chris Evans likeness ever. Like, it's as close to a Hot Toys Chris Evans you're going to get in this scale for this price point. But if you're like Wilson, and if you're like me, you're going, God, I hope I can find someone to take this piece, this Ant-Man. I don't need another fucking Ant-Man. I don't care if I have a different head. Why would I want a Paul Rudd head that looks bored?
I like the comic Ant-Mans better, those Scott Lang and those costumes. I'm just not interested in having a movie Ant-Man for some reason. But this
is why you buy this set. It's first ever Yellowjacket Marvel Legends, and it's movie Yellowjacket at that.
And why they wouldn't have given you this guy in the first place?
Because science has proved time and time again, no matter how much we bitch about it,
bad guys don't sell.
Bad guys don't sell, and female figures don't sell, and Marvel and Hasbro are trying to buck that trend, but we'll see. As far as I can tell, 100% brand new sculpting. It's great.
Yeah, you look at that little hexagonal pattern.
Yeah, the honeycomb theme looks great. As far as being screen accurate, I don't have anything to compare it to because I don't have an Ant-Man art of book, but it looks perfect. The paint apps, there are a ton of paint lamps. All the yellows all over are painted. Yellow is a really, really hard color to pull off right. You usually have to do multiple passes. For the most part, it's done really, really well.
In places like here on the joints and a little bit there, that's the only little things, and it does not bothersome at all.
No. What I can't tell and figure out, though, is like there's some different shades of yellow. And like this is more a canary yellow, and this is more of an orange yellow.
I remember his chest being brighter
to the movie.
I don't know.
I would believe them. The sculpting is great. The other thing I really, really like on his mask, his sculpt head is in there, and then there's 2 plastic pieces, clear plastic that they put over. These plastic pieces look awesome, or clear plastic pieces look awesome.
Yeah.
Really, really great. As far as his body, he has got all your typical Marvel Legends articulation. Wilson already came in his shorts because he has The new Moon Knight, Daredevil TV, Netflix, double rocker, crazy ball joint ankle happiness.
So think like a
Rebel
less
type.
sophisticated rebel type. Yeah.
About the only point of articulation he doesn't have is mid calf, but you don't really need it because of the way this joint is designed. I love it. It was a great design choice because it doesn't break the sculpt up, but you still get all the range you need.
I want them to do that on all of their toys.
That would be fantastic.
He does bend forward, obviously, a little bit. He can't back at all unless you take the backpack off. I could be wrong. I remember the thing claws being on top like that, but maybe it was just in the movie, like he raised them up like this and over. It doesn't matter. It's just something
Yeah, and we should mention that these, all this stuff
all this crap in here moves.
Yeah, the two, whatever these are, pincers,
A full 360, I think.
are on ball hinges. They can move around. These have multiple points of articulation. He's everything I would want in a movie Yellowjacket toy, except for the fact that I have to buy another Ant-Man that I already have.
Well, you have to buy 2 Ant-Mans that you may already have, correct? Because what are the other things that come with him?
Boop!
Tiny Ant-Man.
That you're going to lose no matter where you store it. In case you're wondering, yes, mini Yellowjacket. Neither one of whom can stand it all. These guys right here, 1,000 tons better than Raoul.
All right, so down to the bottom line, I guess you could say, just our little brief final thoughts. A set as a whole, I'm giving this a 3, just because I don't need a movie Ant-Man. This one looks like he's the best out of all the ones that I've briefly taken a look at. There's been too many Ant-Man toys, and I like the comic book Ant-Man's better. The Yellowjacket toy is the reason to get this. He's amazing. I love his little mechanical bug arms and all of that stuff, and the paint and everything. Fantastic. It seems like Hasbro might actually be trying with this 10-year anniversary movie series, guys.
They are totally trying. They have said they're trying to make up for
some shitty ones.
Yeah.
And it so far from this, which is the only one I've seen out of package in person, they're looking good. Accessory wise, I could do without both. But again, Yellowjacket is the reason to get it. This set, I think, runs around $50 to $60 or so, depending on where you get it.
Depending on where you get it and where you can find it.
Yeah, that's overpriced even if you want both figures, I think.
I'm going to give this set a 3 out of 5 as well. I don't need Ant-Man, but he's done really well. Yellowjacket, if he was just a single card release, would get a 5 out of 5. I think he's perfect. I can't imagine for a Hasbro toy a better way to do it. Like, they're never going to need to do a second Yellowjacket figure. The fact that I have to buy Ant-Man to get him kind of sucks. At least I have a different head so I can display him slightly differently. If I keep him, I also don't need small guys anymore. I really, really, really dig Yellowjacket. I liked him in the movie. I like the design. It's an awesome figure.
They should have put one out when they first came out. That's been it for our thoughts on this.
Like, subscribe, comment.
All that good stuff. Social media in the show notes. And maybe we'll review more of these. Let us know what you like to see us review, and we will try and review that. We don't want to waste anybody's time, especially our reviewing stuff that you guys don't want to see. But we also kind of don't care. Sometimes we just want to review the toys that we like.
Why would I review a toy that I didn't buy?
That you didn't buy?
Yeah.
Well,
why
we
would
already did.
But no, we were once, maybe twice.
Exactly. Goodbye.